Hello everyone, I'm Edward. Lately, Biden supported the waiver of IP protection on COVID vaccines, claiming that this will allow COVID vaccines to be accessible universally. Is it true? Or is US planning on something else that is going to benefit US itself but hurting the rest of the world? Right after Biden made this statement, the German government expressed concerns about it, that without the protection of IP on vaccines, it will be a limiting factor in the innovation of vaccines in the future. It is true, no pharmaceutical companies are going to invest in the innovation of vaccines that guarantees a loss, especially while we are facing the threat of new COVID variants. It is not a smart move to put a limiting factor on the new vaccine development. At this point during the pandemic, what is the major factor that causes COVID vaccines not being able to be accessed universally? Let's take a look at this photo. 33% of the COVID vaccine ingredients originated from the US, while US is putting a ban on all the exports on COVID vaccine ingredients. And this explains why there is a shortage of vaccines universally. While patent is not the problem is the selfish ban on the export of vaccine ingredients. Imagine, there is no patent on all COVID vaccines. However, there is no ingredient to produce vaccines. It is not going to take us anywhere. In that case, what actually is US thinking? If all patent rights on COVID vaccines are waived, then there will be no pharmaceutical companies be willing to invest in the COVID vaccines. In that case, the world will never be able to defeat the COVID variant that is now threatening the world. So who will be benefited? The pharmaceutical companies in the US, which are now developing the COVID medicine, will be benefited. The reason is that no companies will be willing to invest in vaccines that fight against COVID variants anymore. As a result, there will never be an end to the pandemic. And as a result, the US pharmaceutical companies will be benefited from selling the medicines that fight COVID forever, and they are going to make money forever and ever. Eventually, the ultimate beneficiary will be the US. So now we know why would Biden support the waiving of COVID vaccines intellectual property. It is for the interest of the US long-term economy.